Hey, you guys. So, it's Sunday 5th. We are doing another chess video. So in this one, I've got 3 games to share. We're going in blind. I haven't seen them. I'm guessing that the people that sent them to me won the games. And we're going to be looking from their perspective. And we've got 2 in the kind of sub 1,000 range. We've got, the third one is in the 1,300 range. But the second one is particularly interesting, simply because of the disparity of the ratings. Anyway, so let's go ahead. I've been out this morning, froze my toes off, getting ready for a kids rugby match, but as soon as it started, warm enough. Good match anyway. Thanks for asking. Okay, so first one, this is Eke Tahuna from Aotearoa, New Zealand, and their opponent is called Alramo from Spain. Okay, so Eke Tahuna is 877, opponent is 881, very, very close, and let's see what we get. We have D4. Okay, I'm expecting London stuff. E6, the Horowitz defense. Okay, C3, it's interesting. And now crazy queen out. I don't approve of this, and the reason I don't approve of it is because what's the queen doing? This is an artificial attack, as Simon would say. This pawn is defended by the queen. The queen is not attacking anything, and it is literally inviting knight to f3, which both hits the queen and double defends this pawn. Is that what white plays? Of course it is. White is no fool, and now black has just burned a turn, right? Retreating the queen. Now, first thing I see is this. Hits the queen, and the queen cannot retreat down that line, and the queen cannot go here, and the queen cannot go there, and the queen cannot go there. The queen, if we play bishop g5, is left with only 2 squares. That's what I play, right? Always be thinking, can I do something unpleasant to my opponent? And can I develop a piece at the same time? Okay, white here does not play bishop g5. White plays e4, which is perfectly respectable move. In fact, if bishop g5 now, I think the queen's only going to have 1 square to go to. And look at this now. White has 2 central pawns, right? Control over all of these squares, right? And this square, and this square, and this square from the bishop, and this square again from that bishop, right? White is now, this is what we call space. White is controlling a heap of squares inside of black's territory, right? And black is already in a losing position on move 4, I would say, right? Now, with stronger players, black is really going to struggle here, okay? But, you know, we're sub 1,000. There's loads of scope to blunder pieces and all kinds of fun, so let's carry on. Okay, so black here now plays bishop out to b4. Okay, so in some ways we are kind of on parity in terms of development, right? Both sides have got 2 pieces out in the board with white to play. So we're kind of normal. However, queens, mate, queens, right? Alramo, if you're listening, blood, don't throw your queen out in the board because it becomes a target. So, for example, we could have e5 now. Kicks the queen. Queen has to move for a 3rd time. And what's that queen done? Right? All that queen has done is run out in front of the opposition, inviting them to start launching arrows at her, and then as she runs around and then runs home. Okay? So, hang on. Okay, so yes. Okay, so now bishop g5, right? Love it, love it, love it. And as we have already discussed, the queen only has 1 square. Queen g6. Beautiful, right? And now look. Now, 1, 2, 3 against 2. So white has 1 more piece developed than black does. And it's white's turn. Because this silly cow has moved 3 times. And now we kick the bishop. Okay. Maybe not what I would have done here, right? No, I'll tell you for why, right? what I might have considered here might be something like bishop d3. Why? Because we are always trying to develop our pieces. It's the opening. It's what we do. We want to develop pieces. The more pieces you develop, the more of the board you control. And look, if bishop d3 here, you then push that pawn, and I do believe the queen, again, only has one square to go to. For some reason, it's not clearing my arrows. I do apologise for that. Chess.com, pay note. Yeah, we do that. Bishop here, push the pawn, get further into black space, and make the queen move yet again. But anyway, so we play a3. Kicks the bishop. Bishop only has a couple of options. Retreat here, or retreat there. Not that one. There. And obviously, this is dumb as a bag of hammers. You don't want to go all the way back there. That's not bad, and that's not great, right? Because then you've also got the option of a double kick with that, forcing the bishop back there, and then the bishop's looking really stupid, okay? Oh! So we have an exchange. Now this then allows white to capture towards the centre. Now, I still like white. I like white very much indeed. I would take white any day of the week from this position. Position? It's like a cross between a position and a magician. Smoking. Right. I'll put my teeth back in. Right, so now it's still bishop d3. I like e5. You know, that's still defended. King's going to castle, get safe. And where is black's development? Nowhere. Nowhere. I've got to think. So, okay, kick at a bish. All right, so we've got options here. What would I play? I mean, that's all right, but we're kind of, again, we're looking, on this diagonal, we're looking here. And that's not really the action area. So I might be tempted to drop the bishop back to one of these squares with the idea of coming back onto this diagonal, maybe. So white plays, okay, bishop f4. Yeah. So here is an easier way onto said diagonal. Like it. Oh, we've hung a pawn. Well done, black. You spotted a loose pawn. Now, read the board. This bishop is undefended and under attack, i.e. hanging. Okay, the king is in check. What do we do? That is the only move, I do believe. Don't think there's any way to defend both. Okay, you found it. Well done. Well done. No, don't like it. Can't say why, but my first thought is this pawn can no longer be there or there, so it can no longer control any of these important squares. And where's the king? Here, right? Keep the pawn. What's it doing? I think that the idea is f4 and attack the pin piece. But white has, for example, bishop d3, attack the queen. That's the first thing I'd think of. Bishop d3, attack the queen, make life hard. Yes! Get in, my son. All right. Okay, and the queen retreats. Yet again, how many queen moves have we had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 10 moves. This is move 10. I need a drink of coffee after this. Move 10. Al Ramo has moved his queen 5 times. And that's why he's not started yet. Right? By move 8, you can complete development. You can get all your minor pieces out in the board. You can get your queen off the back rank. You can castle. Get your king safe. He's done nothing. What's he got to show for his development? A queen is being kicked all over the park. Unwise. Yeah, indeed. C4. Kick her again. Go on. Keep kicking her. Now, queen can't go there, 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 there. Right? Can't obviously go here. Queen's going to have to retreat. I mean, she's got this with check, or she's got that. But that with check, I mean, what does it achieve? Bishop drops back, kick your queen again. It's just taking the piss now, isn't it? Now c5. c5 is maybe interesting. c5 takes away this square, and obviously this square, and then the bishop's attacking that, and the bishop's attacking that. But no, rook b1. Another queen kick. Damn! I would not like to be the player with the black pieces in this situation. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Yeah, I like it. Because look, the queen's attacking this undefended pawn. So the bishop just moves in front. And now that pawn is not only defended, it's also defending the bishop. Lovely. Love it. And where's this queen going to go now? Queen can't retreat again. This is just a lesson in leave the queen at home where she belongs until it's time to launch an attack. Somebody's not watching my channel. Okay, now the queen moves again. I've lost count of how many queen moves we've got. Okay, now, shall we kick her again? Come on, kick her again. She likes it. Queen moves here. Knights are there, double attack on the queen. Boom, bada boom, right? Guys, if you need a case study in what, come on, bishop d2, do you think? Bishop d2? No, h4, kick her again. If you need a case study in why you should leave your stupid queen, right, on the back rank until it's time, this is it. This is just painful. Oh, queen h, look, right, now look. A Katona, right? Move 18. I spy with my little eye something beginning with boom, right? Queen can't come here and block because of the knight. Queen can't come here and block because of the knight. Right? That's when you move your queen. You move your queen when it comes with a... Right? Not what dumbass did. Okay, and the king has to move. And guess what now? I think knight f7. I like knight f7. Right? Because it's check, and the king has to move again. And the king can't move there because of the bishop, and the king has to move back here. And then you take the rook with discovered check and a free rook. Yes! Get in, my son! Free rook with check. Bingo! But we don't resign yet. We come back, and we can do it again. And now, guess what? And this is like a seesaw thing, right? The king's going to have to go back there. It's the only move, apart from queen takes knight, which ain't going to happen. Now the knight can even grab that with discovered check. Let's see what happens. Oh, comes back here with discovered check. Nice. Okay, we're looking at the bishop. We've got things. Oh, that wasn't good. Because now surely we get the bishop with check, isn't it? No. Oh! Beautiful. Dude, why are you 877? Why? That was an arse kicking of the first degree. That was beautiful. I enjoyed that very much indeed. I don't know if you can tell. Right, should we do another one? Let's do another one. All right. Now, my buddy Ephesians 2:4 is playing a 20-minute game against Ikovlev 58, who's rated 1346. Let me repeat that part of the show. Ephesians is taking on a player about 120% higher rated than he is. Okay, well, let's see what happens. E4, E6. Le français. Okay, D4. Yes. D5. Very typical French. French advanced variation. C5. Somebody's been watching a load of French videos. Okay. C3. Now you get this a lot. It's not the most challenging way to proceed. There's a couple of knight moves that are a bit more interesting. Okay, knight C6. Perfect. Knight F3. Yeah, I've seen this 100 times. Right. I'm not playing the French now, but I have played a bunch of French. Okay. And Queen B6. Now, Simon, I think, recommends Bishop D7 at this point. Okay, Bishop D7 breaks any potential pin on the knight. And plus, what he reckons is that sometimes you want to put your queen here, but sometimes you want to put your queen here. So moving the queen out to B6 now, he reckons is kind of premature, but you know, it's been played loads and loads and loads. It's tying this bishop down to the defense of B2, for one thing. Okay, now we have B3. That's not a bad move from white. Okay, now Bishop D7. Yes. Bishop e2. Yes, yes, yes. I bet this position has been seen 1,000 times. Okay, this is very, very straight up French style. Ha! Knight h6. I like this. This is somebody who's been studying his French, right? Now, what you're doing here is you are tempting white to capture the knight, and you then recapture with the g-pawn, okay? And white's going, aha, I've buggered up your pawn structure. And you go, yeah, but you've also opened up the g-file for my rook, you know? And you ain't casting that way at all. You're going to put your king on g1, are you? Are you? Are you? Boom! Accepts. Good. Right then, right then. Oh, right. In general, it's probably not the wisest thing in the world to castle your king onto a semi-open file. We've seen it before. It very often ends in pain. Rook g8, of course. Rook g8. Pin the pawn, right? Now this bishop has to defend the knight, bishop and queen, right? Because this pawn is not defending the knight because this pawn is pinnery-doodad. Okay, plus it'd be great to put a piece here at some point because the pawn can't take it, right? So that is now a free square for black. Okay, I am intrigued and I want to see how this goes. Queen d2. Which effectively means this bishop is now the only defender of that. So white is now getting greedy and maybe eyeing up this pawn, but the pawn's defended by a bishop, so, Okay, what do we do? Where is play going to happen? What would I do? What would I do? I think castles is an option. I think throwing Harry up the board might be an option. Castle's good. And he's moved his queen again. Because he's now thinking, oh look, pawn. Okay. I think maybe rook g7. Rook g7 defends this pawn but blocks the bishop's defense of this one. However, we could then double up rooks on the g-file. I'd be very tempted. No, he moves his rook back. Okay. And now knight d2. He's thinking about bringing his knight into the game. I'm not sure why or where or how because he can't. But he's connected his rooks at least. And he's also noticed that white's kind of rushing his moves. We are in the middle game. Both sides have castled, right? And he's only spent, if this is a straight 20-minute game, he's only spent a minute and a quarter over all of his moves so far. He's thinking, oh, I've faced the French before. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Now h5, my other suggestion, right? My club member Ephesians has got a chess brain. Why you're 6-3-5, I have no idea. We are brewing some good players. Okay, and bishop e7. I suggested that as well. You heard me suggest that, right? And now that also means that this h4 square is available for the pawn because it's defended. Previously, it might not have gone there because the knight just goes, thank you very much. Boom, gobble, gobble. Okay. White now has ideas. White's now thinking, I think I might start me some counterplay of my own on the queen side of the board. Harry to h4. Go on, Harry. In you get, my son. h3. Haha. You didn't like that, did you? Right, now this is another pawn break that black has. Right? Thinking about this, get this pawn out of the way. You've got bishop, you've got queen, you've got bishop here and queen there. You've got an open diagonal now that your opponent has flinched and been forced into playing h3. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so white now has one opportunity to capture en passant. Doesn't do it. Okay, surely now c4. No. So I'm thinking c4, hit the queen, right? Just and block these things off. You want to avoid these pawn pushes and you want to get out of this. So if pawn takes here, the queen's under attack from there. But rook d to g8, but there's no immediate threat. Okay, now we take. Now the queen's under attack, yeah? Queen retreats. Might have put the queen here. But we shall see what happens. Okay, now white signals his intentions. What's he wanting to do? He's going to double up on the b file. All right. Queen e8. Don't really get it. I mean, how are we going to defend now against this barrage here? Rooks double up. Of course they do. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay, we are now creating a barrage of my own, of our own. I see your barrage. I raise you a barrage. Because actually, in a way, this rook can take there. It's like, well, whoop-de-doo, you know, you can't take there, you can't take there, because my knight's covering all those. So what are you going to do? Huh? What are you going to do? What you got? You got nothing. Bishop comes back to defend. Okay. Now at this point you can see why I suggested putting the rook on g7 rather than moving back to h8, yeah? Because we could have doubled up the rooks, and then we could have tripled up with the queen. Yeah? But hey. Okay, now we repeat the process of having to double up. Okay, we lose the pawn, but it's okay. That is not a major threat. Bishop g5. What are we doing? Knight takes, queen takes. All right. Now this bishop is absolutely tied to that. Huh. Knight comes, so the second knight comes in, hitting the queen now. What's the queen do? Drop back to g6? No. Queen f4. Queen f4. We have no dark squared bishop anymore, so this idea is out the window. Queen retreats, proposing a trade of queens. Nice spot. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh, whoa, whoa, what a tactic. Lovely. So with the queen moving here, the queen has just abandoned the defense of the knight. And white's thinking, it's okay, my knight's defended by a pawn. No, it ain't defended by a pawn because the pawn is pinned. The pawn is pinned. Right? But well spotted. This is a 635 rated rapid player. 6c5 goes, thank you very much. I'll take the free knight. And guess what else? Look at h3. Also defended by a piece that's pinned. We have queen h6. Giving it, that's all right, I can handle this. Yes, indeed. Rook h to g8. Absolutely. Abso-blooming-lutely. King tries to run away. Rook takes there. So in the next move, and here white resigns. The next move, wherever that rook goes, that king's going to be in discovered check. Right, so rook comes here. It's actually checkmate. Well, it's not actually. Bishop there, queen there, mate. It's all over. Or queen there, mate. Even easier. That was a demolition by a 635 against somebody more than 700 points higher rated. Nice one, brother. Okay. This is great fun. Do you want to see another one? Let's do another one. Right, this is my buddy Hopso9, rated 1355, playing Sibia, both from the US of A. Sibia's rated, or Sibla, rated 1371. And this is the 15-minute or 15:10. Okay, let's go. So Hops has the black pieces. We have e4. We have d6, the pits. d4. f6. Are we going black lion? Are we? Knight c3? No. Possible. Okay, now c6. The check defense. Bishop comes out. This is all very normal. Now the queen comes out. Now at least this has a point to it, right? Not like game number 1. This is pinning the knight. Okay. However, and also you have to say, well, look, is the queen a target here? Well, I mean, I'd probably play bishop d2 as white here. Yeah, bishop d2. And now there's a threat, you see. So now this knight can move almost for free, okay? Because there's a discovered attack on the queen. So the queen now retreats. So we've burned a move there. Yeah? Not the smartest move in retrospect now. Okay, now h3, don't like that. That's, you know, nah, no. Like if you want to prevent, so what's the idea? He's trying to prevent the knight from coming in here, yeah? But if the knight comes in there, block it, you know, kick the knight away again. Yeah, this is slightly running away from shadows here, really. But hey, h3, not entirely convinced with that. e5, strike out in the centre. Now knight f3, and now h6. Same kind of thing, yeah. You know, we do have bishops supporting these squares, so I guess either knight can come in. I don't know, would I have worried about that? Are we worried about knight coming in here? Probably not. I think what I might have done is like bishop e7 and then just castle, right? Bishop e7, knight comes in, castle my king. Yeah, and also there's no bishop on this diagonal either, right? The bishop's here, not here. So I don't think h6 either. I'm not convinced of that. Okay, now queen e2. So the first thing I would think is, right, is he castling long? Is that his idea? And if he is, I might think about something like b5. You know, just signal my intention. Well, if you go long, mate, you're going to run into a pawn storm coming your way. Winter is coming, and it's got pawns all over it. The Black Watch. Okay, now, yeah, bishop e7, like I said, and g4. So I will bet money that he ain't going that way. He ain't going that way. He's going this way. Yeah? This is the way he's going. He's going that way. Okay. So now at this point, you have to think, okay, as black, which way do I want to castle my king? We're on move 9, no one's castled. I mean, g5 is an idea. That's also a thought. Let's see what we get. Yeah, b5. That's exactly what I said. Yeah. Okay, a3. Yeah, I mean, it prevents an immediate b4, but I don't think that's the idea, you know. The idea is something like this, and use the pawns together and start to push up. Okay, knight develops to d7. Maybe ideas of coming here, in some lines. h4. So once I've noticed that in some lines thing, it's just, I'm going to smile every time. I'm sorry. Now, with the knight moving here, I'm not entirely convinced. I mean, yes, it wants to come in here. It can't get there, but it wants to come in f5. But one thing I'm thinking is that if this knight moves, that knight is on an unprotected square, so we shall see. Okay, so we take. Oh yeah, look. Right, this piece moves. It was the only defender of this pawn. Bang, and it comes with tempo. Well spotted, Hopsy. Nice one, Hopsy. Okay. And then, ooh, what? 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 Knight comes in. Yeah, it's looking at an undefended pawn, right? But I take your knight, give up the pawn, move my king. I'm attacking that knight. I'm attacking your bishop. You're going to win 2 pieces, aren't you? Yeah, or attack this and attack your rook, and your position is buggered. I'm not convinced. I think it's all going to go downhill. Okay, so yes, lovely, like it. So black goes, right, have the pawn. It's a stupid pawn. I don't care. I'm coming after, like, you know, your good chunk. Yeah, look at this. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. Okay, I get. Now knight here. Yes, we have a discovered attack on there, but hello Morgan. Why didn't you just castle here? Castle here and protect the pawn, and you're up a piece. So this move I'm not entirely convinced of. Okay, but he doesn't grab the piece. He doesn't grab the pawn. What are you doing? Right, what do you think? What do you think? No, she's got no opinion. Okay, white, instead of grabbing the free pawn, with check, by the way, and that would force the king to move and be unable to castle. Slightly dubious. Instead of that, white castles long. And now we eliminate the troublesome knight. And we're up temporarily 2 pieces, up 1 piece. Right. Now, what did we say about this? Okay. Putting your king onto a semi-open file. Not necessarily the smartest move. At this point, quite honestly, I would have considered leaving the king in the middle of the board. Now, you don't have to castle your king. Rook g1. Right, we saw this in the previous game. Yeah? You are lining yourself up potentially for a barrage. For example, f4 hits the knight, queen over here, and you've got to do something, you know. There's no reason to put your king in line. You want pawns in front of your king, and you want, ideally, your opponent's pawns in front of your king. And the reason is because your opponent can't take his own pawns. So that pawn is an impenetrable barrier that stops major pieces, rooks and queens, and now we've had to move the king. So what's gained by this? You know, is this rook so much better than it was before? I don't know. I do not know. I would say not the best investment of a couple of moves there. Okay, and now the bishop's lining up. So, you know, white here is hurting. White has been, you know, has been injured. I'd probably take out this bishop now. I don't know. It's not the best bishop in the world, but simplifying at this point would make a lot of sense. Okay, rook g8, defending the pawn. Pawn pushes up. Yeah, that's what... Oh, God, what do you want? Are you going to root for black, then? Are you rooting for black? Okay. You root for hops. And Morgan, your sister, can root for Sibla. Okay, now... Probably still take out the bishop. Move the queen out of trouble, out of harm's way. I would. Yeah, take out the bishop. He's not going to capture the pawn. Did you see that? You're not even watching, right? He captured with the pawn and opened up the king. So what do we do now? Surely we start throwing pawns up the board. Yeah? Plus, we want to move this guy because this bishop's currently unemployed. c5, absolutely. Push a pawn, whatever. Takes. I'm not even bothered. Knight retreats. I don't know if knight there wouldn't have been slightly better, but it's your problem. Okay, knight retreats. This could be troublesome now, but maybe pawn just takes. If rook takes, can recapture the rook. That's not too bad. Ooh, yeah, lining up the bishop with the king now. Okay, hit the bishop. Ah, yeah, now. I think we do this. Oh. No, it was just... Oh, okay, right, I get it. So we attack the bishop, counter-attack there with a pin on this, but we can just take out the bishop. Ooh. Okay, so what's happened is we've attacked the bishop. This is a counter-attack on the knight with a pin there, but we can just take out the bishop. That's fine. Pawn really has to recapture. No. Okay, so this is very interesting. This is a time to take some time over your move. Black does not, however, take time. Black thinks for 8 seconds. But he is down to 2 minutes 44, so we can forgive that. Take with check, obviously. Queen captures. Bishop there with check. Nice. Okay, it's getting hairy now. 1 minute 35. Whew. And white has 10 minutes left on the clock, doesn't he? Yeah, I know, he does. Takes. takes. Queen over here, threatening this, which would be mate, right? Would be mate. So what do? Do we throw in a check there? No, we defend with the knight. Interesting. Takes with a queen. Boom. Ah. Then, right, then he spots this. 1 minute 16. It's getting hot, but we are still up a whole piece, remember. Blocks. Takes the pawn. Good. Queen could also have taken. Okay, king moves. Now we have a check here on a4 if we want it. Check it, yeah. Check again with the rook, nice. There. Queen takes a3. Almost mate. Rook a2 has to be played. Queen there. Check, mate. Whew. Well, 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 well. That was a hoot and a holler. That was a whole bunch of fun. And Hopsy here finishes with 1 minute 42 on the clock. So I'm guessing that was a 15-turn game. 3 really enjoyable games. I've very much enjoyed walking through it. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Thanks for watching. See you later. Oh, you look, you're fast asleep. I'm giving her a wash. Yeah? Oh. See you later, guys.